Hi, my name's Michael, or you can call me MBL Designs, and for those who don't know, Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con is taking place right now. The Warner Brothers panel started a couple of minutes ago, and there has been some announcements about the DC stuff. So the thing I will do now, they just released a Justice League Comic Con sneak peek, which I will be reacting to. Then I will be talking about some of the news that has come out about the upcoming movies. But first of all, the sneak peek. So let's play start. Ooh. Oh. Wonder Woman kicking ass.
This weekend, Isla.
Me?
Huh.
Nothing very interesting.
The world remains in mourning after the death of the Superman.
They said the age of heroes would never come again.
It has to. We don't have any more time.
Something is coming.
Whoa, boom tubes! Oh, whoa.
No protectors here.
Oh, Aquaman looks fucking amazing.
No lanterns. No Kryptonian.
Ooh.
This world will fall. Like all the others.
One misses the days when one's biggest concerns were exploding wind-up penguins.
This is crazy. Mostly, I think we're all gonna die. Each of us, in some way, is held back.
Don't engage alone. We'll do this together.
It's really cool. You guys seem ready to do battle and stuff, but I've never done battle. I just push some people and run away.
Relax, Alfred. I'll take it from here.
Do I know you?
Superman was a beacon to the world. He didn't just save people. He made them see the best parts of themselves.
All right. I don't recognize this word.
You don't have to recognize him.
Oh.
That's safe. How many of you are there? Not enough. Do you really think that...
Oh wow, they really just vanish. Oh, that's rude.
You said you'd come. Now let's hope you're not too late.
Oh shit. where to fucking begin? My first off reaction was holy fucking shit. Something I'm going to talk a bit more about later on. But there has been talk about Ben Affleck exiting the DCEU, especially the Batman movie. I will be talking more about that later. But yes, first of all, that's fucking bullshit. Considering the fact that BVS was so subjective, I personally loved it to every inch of whatever. I completely love Batman v Superman. Even though a lot of people didn't like it, everyone, just a certain few, did not like Ben Affleck's Batman. He was what a lot of people said was the saving grace of Batman v Superman. Ben Affleck is Batman, and they aren't fucking changing that. This trailer and just the Justice League movie overall is just proof of that. Because after the death of Superman, Batman / Bruce Wayne have now realized what he was actually doing, why he was doing crime fighting to begin with. As they said in this fucking behind the sneak peek thing, he was the beacon that proved to people that every fighters were fighting for. I'm paraphrasing right now, but that's basically what he said. And this trailer is fucking amazing. And we heard dialogue from Steppenwolf. I'm fucking surprised that we saw Steppenwolf. Because I did not actually see that coming. I thought we would hear like the voice of Steppenwolf or anything like that, but we got fucking both. We both saw him and heard him, and holy shit, he sounds really awesome. I can't remember the actor, but an actor from Game of Thrones is voicing Steppenwolf, and he really has an intimidating voice, so I love that. But yeah, where was I going with that? Oh, holy shit, I can't really think straight as of right now. I'm going to mute that so I just can go over the trailer from beginning. Okay, first of all, we see J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon. Looks perfect. Absolutely perfect. Even though I love J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson, and I still want to see him as J. Jonah Jameson in the MCU, he will be amazing as Commissioner Gordon. Then we see Wonder Woman fighting off some armed thugs. Don't really know who they are because we don't really see them. Then we see her working at a museum. Colleague asking her how her weekend was or something like that. So a bit of banter there. Then we see Wonder Woman and Bruce talking. And one thing I expected us to actually see in the actual movie, but not in any trailer or sneak peek or anything like that, was Themyscira. Because the information they've given out about the movie is quite limited, actually, based on just story elements. But the mother boxes are divided up into 3 because there's 3 mother boxes. We have one with the Amazonians, so one on Themyscira, one with the Atlanteans, so one in Atlantis, and one with the humans. And we actually see Steppenwolf going after one of the mother boxes on Amazon, which or on Themyscira, and that is fucking amazing. And we see the fucking boom tube going down as well. So I just love that, and that noise is so fucking perfect, and they are really excelling everything they're doing as of right now. Then we see different shots of every member. Right here, I think there was a cool shot with the Flash, if I remember, him running through a window and just touching it with his finger, which looked really cool. Steppenwolf looks really awesome. Just to add that as well. Aquaman looks amazing underwater. We did see that scene without the visual effects in one photo, and also while Zack Snyder was working on post production, we saw that scene as well. And it looks really awesome, and I truly can't wait for the Aquaman movie because it will mainly take place underwater, and that will be really interesting to see. And if it looks anything like we've seen right here, just this underwater scene, it looks fucking amazing. And I'm guessing these effects aren't even completely done because the movie is scheduled for more post production, of course, but also reshoots later on. So this will just look even better when it's actually out in theaters. Moving along, yeah, it just looks amazing. All of the colors, especially later on. We do see Bruce Wayne looking at like a hologram of Superman. That will be interesting to see. They have shown Superman in posters in this trailer, of course, and they've really showed the effect of Superman's death. But I'm really curious where they will actually be heading with this. Based on what information I've heard, the reasoning why they've done this with Superman, because a lot of people dislike how they've handled Superman in the DCEU, because he isn't a Boy Scout the type of persona as we're used to, and I'm completely fine with that because we need something different. Because for all the whole thing I feel with comic book movies, especially nowadays when we get so much, is I want comic books movies to be inspired by comic books, but not to take literal elements from the comic books, because we've read them. We've read those comic books and loved them. If anything, the one thing I want is them to take the identification or the persona of each of those characters and introducing them in new and interesting ways. For example, Superman. The whole god complex they've created for Superman in the DCEU is really interesting and really puts up a new type of difference between, for example, Lex Luthor, who really has god complex. He was not treated well by his father, and he blames God for that. And considering the fact that Superman is the closest thing to a messiah or to a god for that matter, is really interesting, and I just love how they've actually handled that. And I'm really curious, especially with connections like God, religion, and Messiah, him coming back will even further that God complex and just God aspect of Superman they've created with the DCEU. And it will be really interesting to see where they actually head with that, if that is their actual plan. The thing I've also heard from interviews with Zack Snyder when Man of Steel came out, he needed a reason for Superman to be that good person who sees everything good in people. And this is the reason. He died saving the world he loved, but to come back to a world that loves him for what he's done and what people have done. Because the death of Superman was the rise of the Justice League and the savior of the world. And that's pretty much the thing I really love how they've handled certain characters, especially Superman with the DCEU. So moving on, yeah, here we do see the scene with Flash running through a window, just touching it. It looks so fucking amazing. Yeah, Steppenwolf looks amazing, using his like axe or whatever. We do see some banter between Bruce and Alfred. Then we do see like this Steppenwolf ship with a fucking army of parademons, which yeah, the parademons looked amazing in BVS. So I can just imagine them looking even better in Justice League. And just all of the colors, especially red. Red is a color they use a lot in this fucking trailer. The Superman cape, the colors of the sky later on in the trailer sneak peek, whatever. So yeah, just all of the colors look amazing. As I said, they use a lot of red. Cyborg suits light up red. The Flash's suit is red. A lot of red. And I don't really know if that is a theme they are going through, but just that is just my overall first reaction looking at this. A lot of red. I don't know if they're doing something particular with that, but a lot of fucking red. Yeah. Yeah, we do see Cyborg using his arm to manipulate the control panel on what it looks like the Nightcrawler, because we later on see him actually piloting the Nightcrawler and talking to Alfred that he has the controls now. And that is fucking awesome. We do see that Steppenwolf is actually there during that fight, which will also be interesting. We see him throwing his axe underwater, so he will be at Atlantis as well. So apparently he is the one going after all of the mother boxes. I would have expected the Parademons to do that, similar to Justice League War, the animated movie. But apparently not. Steppenwolf is actually going after the mother boxes. So he went to Themyscira after that one. He went to Atlantis for that one, and coming to Earth, apparently. Or I'm guessing. Because he would have to. We see Steppenwolf fighting Wonder Woman, which looks awesome. We see a great fucking shot of Ben Affleck as Batman jumping down with his tactical suit, and once again red clouds behind him, looking very ominous. Aquaman looks fucking amazing. Yeah, Aquaman using his trident. We've seen that before, but yeah, like a smoke tower or something blows up, and a lot of fucking red. I've said that multiple times now, but it's fucking clearly that there's a lot of red in this trailer, or behind the scenes thing. Looking for anything other new things. We do see Flash running around, which looks really cool. We do see all of the member or Justice Leaguers on the rooftop. Most probably the GCPD rooftop, because we do have the Bat Signal and Commissioner Gordon there. We do get a really funny thing with the Flash, because that's often one thing with Batman and Commissioner Gordon. As soon as they talk to each other and Commissioner Gordon turns his back, Batman disappears. And they make a joke of that, and the Flash just reacts to that, and I think it's hilarious. Ezra Miller will be truly amazing as the Flash, and Yeah, the effects for the Flash are fucking awesome as well. We do get the Justice League title card. I was really intrigued by this ending. We do see the whiskey glass. We do see Alfred working on the Batmobile. We hear him saying something. "Oh, you came. I didn't think you would come." And we do see a hint of a red cape. Let's see if I can pause just so I can make sure of that. We do see a bit of a red cape or something red, so I'm guessing it's Superman. But at first, when I heard that, him just talking, "I didn't think you would come," I thought Nightwing, because trying to think through the lineage of Batman, he's been active for 20 years. During those 20 years, he has at least have one Robin. Considering the fact that both a Nightwing movie and a Batgirl movie is in the works, we know that he has had Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon at some point during those 20 years. Then taking into consideration Nightwing, aka Dick Grayson, was the first Robin, he wouldn't probably put up a display of Dick Grayson's old Robin suit if he went over to become Nightwing. So after Dick Grayson went over to Nightwing, he might have gotten contact with Jason Todd. And that will most likely be Jason Todd's Robin suit. And that would kind of fit with the comic books where he actually frames Jason Todd's Robin suit, considering what happened to him with Joker torturing him and him later on dying. And considering the fact that I would love DC to make a story influenced by Under the Red Hood and have Red Hood in one of the, or in a Batman movie, I'm really hoping for that. But I'm completely guessing that that is Superman. Because that would be the most logical thing. But it would be cool to see some reference to Batman's sidekicks. We did see in the previous trailer that Commissioner Gordon said something along the lines, I like seeing you working with others again. I see you working with others again. And that is a direct comment on his sidekick. So, yeah, this just looks amazing in my opinion. The thing I will do now is turn this off, go through my social media, look up if there's anything new that has come out except for this, and then talk about that, because there was some movie announcements or a better understanding of their movie slate, because they haven't really done an official movie slate until now. So I will check through my social media and then talk more about that. So yeah, now I'm back and I've looked through my social media, and the few things I've found, a bit more information about the movie slate, which I will go over, but I did find a video talking about Ben Affleck and the future of the DCEU for him. And as I said in the beginning of this fucking video, that was complete bullshit. He just said that he is so excited for the future of the DCEU, and this sneak peek will just say why he's excited for it. We finally have a live action Justice League. You don't know how much this actually means to me personally, but all DC fans, because we've grown up with the comic books, we've grown up with the TV shows, we've grown up with the animated movies. But for the first time forever, we will finally see the Justice League in live action. and in the way they are supposed to be seen. I know that a lot of people love the Nolan trilogy, and I can completely understand that. They are amazing, and they were the thing that was needed during that time, and they were at the forefront of introducing this superhero era as we live in as of right now. Same goes with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and all of that, it was just the foreground for what we have now. We have the MCU for Marvel, and we have the DCEU for DC. And this is what we are supposed to have. Even though Christian Bale's Batman was really good, this is the Batman we deserve. And Ben Affleck is truly the best Batman there is. Those who actually know me in person, this is my main cap I walk around with almost every fucking day, and it's because Ben Affleck is my Batman. When it comes to live action, Ben Affleck is my Batman. If we start talking about animated, then Kevin Conroy, of course. Same goes with the Joker, Mark Hamill. But if we're talking about live action, it is Ben Affleck and Jared Leto, because they are the closest thing we have to the comic book version of those characters. Yeah, they aren't exactly like the comic book characters, but they are mostly inspired by the comic book character, but they add their own things to them. For example, Jared Leto's Joker. We've never seen a Joker like his, this gangster type of mob leader. And I love that aspect of the Joker, because it feels more like something the Joker would do than just being anarchistic than, for example, Heath Ledger's Joker. Even though his portrayal of the Joker was truly amazing, that isn't really the Joker for me. But that is a separate discussion. So the thing they announced their slate for upcoming movies. So most of these we've already heard about. We have Shazam, which also has a director now, which I'm fucking excited about because it's David F. Sandberg, which is a Swedish director. So I should just say the whole name in Swedish, just David F. Sandberg, which is truly amazing. And for those who don't know, I just love the fact that when Swedish people get the recognition they deserve and get jobs for the creativity they truly have. For those who don't know, David has been working on Lights Out, which actually originated as a short movie he made on YouTube. You can look up his YouTube channel. I may as well put a link down in the description for it. Which later on became a feature-length movie produced by James Wan, which is directing the Aquaman movie. So I'm guessing that's where he got his connection with Warner Brothers and the DCEU through James Wan, if anything. That would be my guess, considering that's like the only connection I can actually see as of right now. Then on his YouTube channel you can actually look through, and he has a lot of videos behind the scenes on some of his short movies, and he does have some videos in Swedish which are more humor based, which was the thing I got interested in when I heard him being announced. He said that he was going to direct Shazam. Because he's mostly done horror. He's doing the 2017 Annabelle movie. I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's Annabelle something. But I'm really interested into seeing that, and just what he brings into that. But especially with Shazam, because I've seen some of his humor stuff on YouTube. They are type of more raunchy humor, which I'm interested to see what he will actually bring to Shazam. And Shazam will also be the next movie going into production. So it's probably slated for 2019 or early 2020 release, if I'm guessing. No official words on that yet. The other movies announced, we've already heard about them, but Batgirl, directed by Joss Whedon, which will be amazing, because if there's anyone who should handle a female lead movie, it is Joss Whedon, because he is one of those people who really brought strong female characters into pop culture. We have Serenity with, I can't remember certain names there, or Firefly. Serenity was the movie, but Firefly, and then we have, of course, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And enough said right there. I am really excited to see what he brings to Batgirl. And yeah, yeah, enough words there. I can't really say anything else about that. After that, we do have Justice League Dark. There was no direct information about who was directing, but based on what I remember, Guillermo, I always have a hard time pronouncing his name, Guillermo del Toro, was in talks for Justice League Dark, which would be fucking amazing if he did it, because it's such a perfect fit for him. So I hope that is still on schedule, that he will be directing Justice League Dark. I would love them to use. Yeah, they can use a lot of darker characters, but I really want to see Constantine in the DCEU. They did a really good job with him in the TV show and then adding him to Arrow, but I want to see him in the DCEU so much. And he's such an interesting character, and I think Del Toro could do some amazing things with him. After that, we do have Wonder Woman 2, which will be directed by Patty Jenkins, who directed Wonder Woman, and that is the excellent pick for Wonder Woman 2. I'm hoping they introduce characters like Sheeta or some more meta-human characters. I really liked Ares, but they could have used him in a better way, I feel, but he worked for the story they wanted to tell, which was her origin. So I understand that completely. This will apparently take place during the Cold War, which will be interesting to see. So yeah, trying to think through what else. Yeah, we do have Green Lantern Corp. We do have Nightwing. This wasn't stated on their slate, but we do know that Chris McKay, who directed the Lego Batman movie, is going to direct a Nightwing movie. So no more information on that. But one thing I'm fucking excited about, and I saved it for last. The Flash movie has now changed its name to Flashpoint. This is going to be really fucking interesting. My theory, just hearing that, based on what they've done so far with the DCEU, thinking of what characters they do have, and stuff like that, my first reaction was, okay, they may stick directly to the comic book, because we've seen Thomas Wayne, we've seen Martha Wayne, so they might be going that way and see those two as Batman and the Joker, and I would personally love that. I can't remember his fucking name as of right now, but the guy who plays Thomas Wayne also plays Negan on Walking Dead. He would be so fucking perfect as Flashpoint Batman, and I would the girl who plays Maggie in Walking Dead, and also Martha Wayne, would be really interesting to see her as a female Joker. So just the fanboy in me would love that. But then I started thinking of the thing I've said previously in this video about them taking inspiration from the comic books but adding their own flavor to it. We've already seen in Batman v Superman the Flash running in time and warning Batman that Lois is the key and you were right about him, talking about Superman. And we've seen the nightmare sequence. I am guessing, and this is just my guess, that Flashpoint will be that something happens in Justice League that changes the DCEU as we know it, which will have to take the Flash running back in time, changing a major thing. It might be Superman's death or whatever, which changes the whole DCEU. It might also be saving his own parents or something like that. Depends on where they want this to actually go. And him creating this nightmare sequence where we see, as we saw in Batman v Superman, we see Batman in this nightmare outfit. We see Superman as a warlord, seeing him having soldiers following him. We see the parademons also following Superman. And that is something I am really interested to see what they actually bring. Because if they are going down that route, that is exactly what I want from the DCEU. I wanted to take inspiration from the comic books, but adding their own flavor to it, adding their own view on it. And if they're going this direction, it is fucking amazing to be a DC fan and just being alive for all of this shit going down. And yeah, just looking at my reaction when I watched this sneak peek from Comic-Con, there are no words, to be completely honest. Thinking back to, what was it, like 7-year-old Michael going to school, reading comic books, or looking at, watching the animated Justice League TV show. I never thought that we would get something like this. We did have superhero movies, but nothing that really was like the MCU, because when I was 7 years old, the MCU haven't really started up yet. I think Iron Man was about to come out, or something like that. I can't remember as of right now. I'm really tired. When I was 7 years old, the MCU wasn't even started. But just thinking back, we did have Michael Keaton's Batman. We did have the Tim Burton movies. We did have all of the other Batman movies. We did have the Nolan movies. But we didn't have anything like the MCU or the DCEU. We never had an extended universe with characters that we all love and adore. And finally, to see them come together. We did see that in 2012 with the Avengers. And we're seeing it now in November with the Justice League. And I am beyond excited for the future of the DCEU and what they have planned for the DCEU. And I can't say anything else but that. I really hope you guys like this video. Please tell me in the comments what you think about all of the upcoming DCEU news and what you overall think about the future of the DCEU. Because in my opinion, I have no gripes with what they've done so far. I thought that all of the movies has been really good. Some could have been better, Suicide Squad. But I really feel that Warner Brothers and DC know what they are doing now, and they are excelling at what they know we love. They are bringing us the things we love and the things we want. So please tell me in comments what you think about the future of the DCEU, what you've thought about the DCEU thus far, and please rate, comments, please rate, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you guys in another video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and also follow me on my social media. I have a link to all of those down below in the description. So see you next time, guys.